Well, hello, friends. Welcome to Travel Talk Tuesday. I'm Frances with Directions Tours. We're glad you're here to join us again for our weekly travel chat. And today I have my good friend Michelle Pino with us, and Michelle is with Northeast Unlimited Tours. And we're going to talk about our Cape Cod Capers tour.
Wonderful. Thank you, Frances. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And yes, we're here to talk about Cape Cod, my beautiful neck of the woods, and always one of my most favorite destinations to sell. So happy to be here to talk about it.
Well, I'm excited for you to tell us a little bit about this trip. I've never been to Cape Cod, so I have to first of all figure out when I can remedy that situation. Um,
Absolutely.
but tell us a little bit about the trip.
Certainly, yeah. So it is September 23 to 27, and it's a 5-day, 4-night. And you will be flying into Boston, Massachusetts to begin the tour. And from there, come down to Cape Cod for a beautiful 4-night stay on the ocean, mind you, at beautiful Red Jacket Beach Resort, which is just a gem of a property. And they're undergoing beautiful renovations. So you can check in for 4 nights and put your toes in the sand and dip into the ocean, because September here is still such a beautiful time of year. Even though it's just slightly after summer, it's a perfect time to come. The kids are back in school, so you really have the run of the place to yourself.
Well, and
So
you said one of the things that I want to make sure our travelers hear, and that is that we get there, we stay 4 nights in one hotel, so we don't move hotels at all.
absolutely, yes. You come down to the Cape and you can unpack and settle in for a beautiful 4-night stay. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
So what we've done is what we feel is incorporated the very best of the Cape and Cape and Islands, I should say. So the Cape Cod Capers includes, which is incredibly special, Martha's Vineyard Island and Nantucket Island. So two of our beautiful islands, just miles off the shore. And so we start off with visiting the beautiful island of Martha's Vineyard, which seems to have more notoriety because of it's where some presidents have vacationed, and it really is it's so special. There is Oak Bluffs with the beautiful gingerbread homes. If anyone's ever heard of those, that's they're nestled in the Methodist campground, which is a historic. It's interesting that it's called a campground, but it's where the Methodists have established their beautiful little compound. In the center is their historic tabernacle, and these little houses, they really look like gingerbread homes, Frances. They're absolutely adorable. They're pinks and purples and yellows and greens. And so we tour you through, walking tour through the campground, and then take you out to Edgartown. Edgartown has beautiful sea captains' homes and just really charming streets, and you have lunch there. And we take you out to Gay Head with the magnificent cliffs, and it's just really special day. So you take that ferry out of Woods Hole. So what's really nice is you get to see a hidden gem on Cape Cod that typically a lot of people aren't able to see. Woods Hole's where the Oceanographic Institute is. It's we call it Hui. It's where the little Alvin, the submarine, went down to find the Titanic. So yeah, it's really interesting. So we start off in Woods Hole, take the steamship ferry over to Martha's Vineyard, quick 45-minute trip. And I do want to make note, what's really neat about that is we take the motor coach over. So you have the comfort of touring around the island on your motor coach versus school buses. So where we get to tour the island at our leisure privately. So that's pretty special. And then of course you come back and have a delicious Cape Cod dinner at one of our great restaurants. And then the next day we do a full Cape tour. So we travel to the lower and outer parts of the Cape through the beautiful village of Chatham, where the pictures stop at Chatham Light. And you get to see the village and lined with beautiful little shops and cafes. And then you head to the Cape Cod National Seashore. This seashore is very, very special to us in particular. It was founded by President Kennedy in 1961, a true treasure that he felt needed to be protected. And so we tour through the National Seashore. You see the Atlantic Ocean from high above on the cliffs. We visit beautiful lighthouses, and then on to Provincetown, which is the very tip of the Cape. I always, whenever I'll do this, I always say, this is where I live. This is Cape Cod. Provincetown is the tip of the Cape. So we venture down to Provincetown, which is just a super cool town, very eclectic and charming, with all sorts of fabulous boutiques and restaurants. And from there, you'll board the Whale Watch, Dolphin Fleet Whale Watch, and have a wonderful, about 3.5 hour whale watching excursion, where you'll see humpback whales, right whales, minke whales, just and right not far out. I mean, there have been sightings very close to shore. I've actually seen them when I've stood on the beach down in Provincetown. You can see the whales. So it's really exciting. You have to make sure you bring your cameras, and it's truly a sight to behold when you see those magnificent creatures frolicking in their playground.
That's 100% on my bucket list.
Oh, well, absolutely.
Something I've always wanted to do.
It's really awe-inspiring, and many of those who are lucky enough to see the whales breach. I mean, I'm sure people have seen pictures where they come straight out of the water, and it just really, it's definitely a bucket list item. And of course, another delicious dinner, and one of the evenings you'll be able to partake in a delicious lobster dinner, traditional lobster dinner, and of course, those of you who do not know how to eat lobster, there's always people on hand to help you open it up and dig it out. But that's the fun of it when you eat lobster. I know people that typically don't live on the coast or have access to it. They think eating lobster is fine dining, but the best part about eating lobster is having that juice drip down your arms and elbows and getting right in. So, and then another day is off to Nantucket Island, and we call that faraway land. That was, it's back in the 1600s. It was one of the whaling capitals of the world. And it is truly a treasure, a special place where you board Highline Ferry for a 1 hour high-speed cruise on a cat boat cruise across to Nantucket Island, where Nantucket, you come right into the village. You step off the boat, and there you are in town with the historic cobblestone streets, and the village is right there for you to explore. We'll take you on an hour island cruise, so you get to see the whole island and its natural beauty. But the fun of it too is to really have that time to explore the town and dine and shop, and if you choose on your own to visit the Nantucket Whaling Museum, it's a lot of fun. It's very, very special. And
so, how many, including ferries, how many boat rides Did I just
Three.
count three? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And the boats to the islands are quite large. I mean, they hold hundreds. It's very comfortable. There's very comfortable seating, and they have food and drink on board. So and it's really neat to leave each port from the Cape, leave Woods Hole, leave Hyannis, and then arrive to the ports on the island. I mean, it's just very scenic, and you really get a great perspective of both the Cape and the islands each way. So that's always like when I go to the islands, that's one of my most favorite things is to see the coastline. It gives you a different perspective. And of course, more delicious food, another wonderful dinner. So yeah, and then over the course of the week, you'll also do some Hyannis touring, and of course, Hyannis is popular as the Kennedy's summer home. So you'll see a little of that, but many other wonderful sites. Sandwich, you'll visit Sandwich, which is where I live. That is the oldest town on the Cape, incorporated in 1637. And you'll visit our beautiful little village with the Dexter Grist Mill and the Fountain of Youth and the Sandwich Glass Museum, which Sandwich back in the 1600s was known as one of the glass worlds, glass destinations of the world, where they blow glass. And so the Sandwich Glass Museum does glass blowing demonstrations. So it's really, I everyone I've ever spoken to or spoken with, and I mentioned Cape Cod, they think, oh, that is just such a beautiful area. If they've been there or they want to visit, it's definitely a must visit place, I will say. And I know I said I'm partial, yes, but it is a beautiful, beautiful place. And I hope people come and visit.
Well, I'm excited to have our travelers there. Again, it's in September, so it's great weather. I think, I live on the coast too. I'm just farther down than you in North Carolina. But I think for the people, particularly coming from the Midwest, just having that opportunity to be on the water so many times is a real treat.
Absolutely,
Having
absolutely.
that experience. And like I said, the whale watching is very high on my list of things to do. I'm not going to be with this group, but maybe I'll meet them there.
Absolutely. Come visit, Francis.
Maybe I'll meet them there. Well, do you
Absolutely.
have any other tidbits you want to tell us that we
Certainly.
should know?
Yeah, when you sign up, when you come visit, we're very casual here. Dress comfortably. You put your walking shoes, your walking sneakers. I would layer because it can get very warm during the day, but in the evenings it could get cool. I would pack your bathing suits or your bathing trunks because for those that are brave, you're on where the Red Jacket Beach is located. It's Nantucket Sound, so it's on the Gulf side of the Cape. So the water stays warmer longer, and I have seen people swim there right through October. So, but they also have a pool as well, and yeah, I would say just pack those items and you'll be good.
That's great. It's funny to see your description of where things are because last week I was with people from Wisconsin and they were talking about the mitten and then I mean no, Michigan was the
Michigan,
mitten
yeah.
and then Wisconsin and
I
um
know it's easy though. I mean that's Cape Cod. So if you look at a
uh-huh.
map, it's an arm. Actually, I should probably
It's
do whichever way. I'll tell you,
well, that's
this is a,
fantastic.
a
I
great place.
appreciate
You'll see lots of history as well. That's another thing that you'll really be able to soak in is you'll see all of our beautiful little Cape Cod style homes and historic churches, and it's a beautiful place.
well, I think it's going to be a great tour. It was one of the first tours that was introduced when I came on board, and I've been excited about it since then. So I'm hoping that we have a nice, good crowd ready to go see you in September. Now, if you are thinking about this trip, it is a fly trip. We'll fly in and out of Boston. and we'll have a motor coach that meets us in Boston to take us to the Cape. And then all the great things that Michelle described. So I think it's going to be a great trip. You know, you can make your reservations today. Reservations are open. There is space available. So we hope you'll consider traveling with us, friends.
And you'll see me. I will pop in at least once to say hi to you all. So come visit.
That's great. Well, thank you for being with us, Michelle. I have a couple of little notes of things I wanted to mention to our travelers. First, don't forget the Redwoods trip in Route 66. We have a special going on. They're $200 off. So don't wait too late. I know one of those, and I think it is the Redwoods. We've got about 2 more weeks that we can take reservations for that trip before we'll be at our final date to cut that off, but we would love to add a few more people to that. And then Route 66 is in June. It's going to be a fun trip seeing all those quirky little things from California to St. Louis. Next year, for the record, we're going to be doing the whole route from Chicago to the Santa Monica Pier. So that'll be something to look forward to. Also, we have introduced at the travel show last week our solo travel squad. If you haven't clicked the link for that on our Facebook page to join that private group, please do that. If you don't know how to find that, leave a comment here and I'll send you the link. That will be a private Facebook group that we will have for our solo travelers with the intention that it's a place for you to kind of connect and meet each other. If you're a solo traveler and you want to go to Cape Cod, but you really would rather pay the double rate, then you can put, hey, I'm looking for a roommate in Cape Cod, and people can comment and we can make some connections. In addition to that Facebook group, starting in May, we haven't set the date yet exactly, but in May, we will start having a solo travel squad coffee in the office once a month. So you can get together and meet each other up close and personal to see who you might connect with and who you click with that you might want to share a room with on some trips. So we have that coming up. Let's think if there's anything else I was supposed to say on this call. I always do this, Michelle, because I'm looking at my calendar on the wall. We do have space still for Sing the Glory Down. That trip leaves in 2 weeks. So if you're interested in that and thinking about it, don't delay, call the office. You can still get on that trip. And we have a Spirit Train, and forgive me, I'll have to come back and drop in the dates. We have another Spirit Train in May that still has space available. So we would love to add a few more people on that if you're interested. Other than that, we thank you for joining us and watching Travel Talk Tuesday. Thank you again, Michelle, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And look forward to bringing lots of people to Cape Cod.
Wonderful. Look forward to it. Thank you.
All right. And we'll see you all later. Thank you so much.
Bye, everyone.